All right, YouTube, welcome back. Finally, I've been a super bummed for the last month ever since I got back from the Grand Canyon. Basically, been doing absolutely nothing at all. Doom scrolling on my phone and not much else. But we have some things to talk about today. So, first of all, we are fully set up. The computer is hooked to the soundboard, and the soundboard's connected to the camera, and the camera's connected to the computer, giving us a full circuit of effective audio visual connection. So I don't have to try to videotape it and then record on the computer and try to match the audio up with the video. No more. What else? So, um, talk about the Grand Canyon. I took my telescope to the Grand Canyon, this nifty little camera that attaches to the lens, to get some like close up, zoomed in shots of the Grand Canyon. And I get back home and I find out that when I purchased this camera lens and I put it on the charger, that it was actually recording the entire time that it was charging. So the memory card was maxed out when I was down at the Grand Canyon, and I had no way of knowing that the memory card was maxed out. So everything that I tried to capture with my with my camera on my telescope lens was just lost. I mean, it's a good excuse to go back, but I was a little disappointed with that. Let's see, what else at the Grand Canyon? Grand Canyon, there's some weirdos out there at the Grand Canyon. And yes, this microphone is good enough that you can hear Mr. Bear's little clickety-clack, nails. Can you jump up here? You want to jump up here? Nope. Nope. Just making noise on the background. Thanks, Mr. Bear. Thanks for joining us. So, weirdos at the Grand Canyon. A lady parked next to me, sleeping in her, what looked like some kind of Subaru Outback. And it seemed like she just slept in the driver's seat, which, I don't know, to each his own. I would think it's insanely uncomfortable just to lean your seat back and go to sleep. But that was one thing that happened. The other thing was more bizarre. So, there's a couple camping behind me. And I would like to emphasize, they had a large tent, like one of those that are tall enough to stand up in. It's later at night, maybe like 10:30, 11. I didn't check the clock. And I'm sitting there at the campfire, the smoke's blowing away from me, like kind of towards their camp. And this lady comes out of her tent, opens her driver's side door. Dome light turns on, right? Strips completely fucking naked. Not saying she was an attractive lady. Not saying that, but... And I was shook. I was like, who raised this child? Just standing out there, naked as a jaybird. Big old sloppy melons just flapping in the fucking airway. It was just bizarre. I don't know if this is just how people act outside of Utah, but it was just, you walk outside of your tent that you can fully stand up inside of and strip naked. Like, I don't know, maybe 50 feet away while I'm sitting here, obviously at this campfire. It was just bizarre human behavior. I've never encountered something like that camping ever before. So there was that. What else? Creepy people walking through the desert on the way home. Seeing some dude in the middle of fucking nowhere walking down the side of the highway, fucking wrapped in a blanket. Is like, what the fuck? And no, I'm not gonna pick those people up. That's creepy. You obviously slept in the desert last night, sir. You're probably on drugs. Not picking you up. But I think that's the Grand Canyon stuff. What else? That's why it's sneezing. Um, I bought a 2004 Chevy Tahoe that I am planning on converting into a camper, and I started getting that underway today. Started doing the teardown today. It's going to be a project. I wish it was something I could get done in a day or a week, but it's probably going to take a couple months, unfortunately. Um, One vision I already had, now that I got the headliner out, that's not going to work. Going to have to go a different way, but that's why I need to tear everything down first before I make any final decisions. Need to get some equipment purchased, solar generator, solar panels, electric cooler. Can call it a fridge, I guess. It's going to be battery powered fridge, cooler, whatever you want to call it. And the audio visual we got figured out, hopefully. Looking at new cameras. The one I want is expensive. It's over $2,000, so that may be next year. But I'm looking at a drone. Drones are kind of iffy because you can't always use them everywhere I go. So looking at a drone, there's a giant, I can't remember what it's called, telescopic lens, like, I don't know, like a 20-foot lens, so you can really get in for something to use in places where you can't use a drone, basically. Looking at that as well. And yeah, the garden. Oh my God, the fucking garden. So the garden, we had a cold snap, and I think that's what killed the pumpkins and the watermelons and the jalapenos and the moonflowers. So all that survived was the sunflowers. I replanted the pumpkins and the watermelons and the jalapenos and the moonflowers. I'm not sure if something ate the moonflowers, but I'm going to have to replant those for a third time. The pumpkins are coming up, but something is eating the sprouts. The watermelon's starting to come up. I don't think anything's gotten to them yet, but no jalapenos have come back up. So the garden is going to be a fight this year. It may be one of those situations where we just have to go buy starters from Walmart or Home Depot and see if those effing things will survive. And the garden, the Tahoe, working on more YouTube. I need to put some more discipline in getting this damn book out. It's just, I don't know, it's so daunting. Just sit down and read this book because I'm not good at reading aloud. But I'm going to put in a prodigious effort to just get it out on YouTube. If I get it out on YouTube, I've got it practiced once, and then I can try to put it into an audiobook. After that, practice makes perfect. The more you do something, the better you get, inevitably. Even if you never get great at something, the more you do it, you're going to be better than when you started. That is a fact. But kind of getting antsy. Need to go out camping at least, fishing even more. But this weekend off, unfortunately, has been dedicated to tearing apart the Tahoe to see where we stand, what ideas I have, and where I'm going to go with this camper build. But the first teardown video will be out soon. After this video is out. What else? Telescope, Grand Canyon, sloppy melons, weirdos sleeping in the driver's seat, Tahoe garden. I think that's it for now. Basically just try to get done what I can on my days off, and unfortunately I still have to work for a living. Unfortunately. And I guess I will see you next weekend. I hope you enjoy the Tahoe teardown video coming out after this one. And then hopefully I will take the time to get the first chapter of Wolf at White Rocks out before the next whatever this kind of fucking video is. Just talking to the motherfucking camera video. We'll see you next time. Wishing I was fishing is a family tradition. Take care of yourselves.